What is happening, guys? It's Spruce Goose here, and today I want to show you how I like to beat one of the most popular defensive plays in Madden right now, Mike Blitz 3 out of the formation nickel 3-3-5 wide. Now, if you've been playing Madden online in any form over the last month or two, I know you've ran across Mike Blitz 3. It's a pretty unique play in that even though it's just a cover 3 shell, you have 2 seam flats and a 3-rec on the field. And if you don't know, seam flats are those purple zones, but they're actually going to play with some man matching principles. And then the 3-rec is that yellow zone that also is going to kind of drop in the middle like a vert hook, but if someone comes across the short middle, he's going to man match with them for just a little bit. And so they're pretty unique zones if you're not used to playing against them. Now, people oftentimes will set their zone drop depths on the purples to like 20 or 25, and that's going to override the man matching principles and make it play more like a true cover 3. But we're going to look at attacking both of those setups. It's going to be the same setup, actually. But we're going to look at both of those right now. So I'm going to call Mike Blitz 3. And on the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to be in the formation gun, trips, tight end, offset. If you guys have watched any of my videos of gameplay, you know that I run almost exclusively out of gun, trips, tight end, offset. And my free ebook for gun, trips, tight end, offset out of the Houston Texans playbook will be coming out in just the next few days. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And you don't have to run it out of the Texans playbook. You can also run this out of the Seahawks playbooks and Jets playbook and Packers playbook and Colts playbook and probably a couple others. But Texans playbook is the one that I'm choosing to run it out of just because it's got a couple things I really like in there that you can't get in all the other playbooks. But be on the lookout for that. And definitely think about hitting the subscribe button if you don't want to miss the free ebook coming out. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and call the play verticals. Again, I have gun, trips, tight end, offset. Now, if you run the formation gun, trips, tight end, like out of the Raiders playbook or the Patriots playbook, you also have a play called verticals that looks extremely similar. And I gotta warn you, that play in gun, trips, tight end will not work quite as well as this one. You can still give it a shot. It might work for you, but there's just a little bit of a warning that I think this one works just a little bit better. I think it might be because the receivers in gun, trips, tight end, offset are just a little bit spread further apart, and that little difference actually is a big enough difference between the coverage beater I'm going to show you working really well in this formation and not working as well out of gun, trips, tight end. But if you run just regular trips, tight end, definitely give it a shot anyway, and maybe it'll work better for you than it did for me when I was testing it out. But here's our play art for gun, trips, tight end, offset, the play verticals. And we're going to do a couple adjustments to attack Mike Blitz 3. Here is the play art for Mike Blitz 3. And you're going to oftentimes see, some double mabling going on. So let me just put some guys into hard flats right there. And I'm not going to touch the seam flats yet. We'll just leave them as it is. And I'll show you guys that this works against the stock Mike Blitz 3. And then I'll also show you guys that it works with the zone drop depths on as well. But what I wanted to do against this is I wanted to bomb it for a one-play touchdown because it's a cover 3 shell. And if you guys have watched my cover 3 beaters video, you know there's a lot of ways to manipulate those outside thirds to drag them down and go over the top. And I will say I'm going to at some point put out an updated video. Some people had some feedback that because I was just doing it in regs, they thought that because the Chiefs had weak cornerbacks, that maybe that's why the cover 3 beaters were working so well. And so starting in this video and going forward, I want to show you guys what I'm doing with these rosters. These are actually modified rosters. So let's go ahead and look at the Chiefs defense. I went and gave, can I switch teams? I went ahead and gave the Chiefs linebackers and cornerbacks and safeties 99 everything. 99 speed, 99 change of direction, 99 play recognition, 99 everything. I skipped over spin move and juke move and crap like that. But if you guys look and see all the things that matter, the block sheds, the zone coverage, the man coverage, I gave them 99 in everything that matters. And that's the linebackers, that is the cornerbacks, that is the free safeties, that is the strong safeties. And that's because I want you guys to see that this can work in a MUT setting. Now, I know it's not exactly like a real MUT game because in our actual game, people might have abilities that might change things just a little bit, but this is as close as I can get for you guys in practice mode, giving the free safeties 99 speed, giving the strong safeties 99 speed, 99 play recognition, 99 zone coverage, 99 everything. And so hopefully you guys will see that this works against the completely maxed out defenders and trust that this will actually work for you guys in a game as well. Now on the flip side, I'm on the wrong controller. On the flip side, to balance that out, on the offensive side of the ball, I did have to give the Bucks wide receivers 99 everything as well. I thought it was only fair. But if you're playing MUT, you know by now that everyone should have at least one 99 speed receiver on their team, if not 2 or 3. And so I think it's only fair to go 99 everything on offense versus 99 everything on defense, right? We're kind of just at that point in the season where people are starting to get a lot of 99 players on their team. And so I think that this is applicable to right now and will be especially applicable if you're watching this a month or two after I post it. It'll be even more applicable as more and more players get up to 99 speed and just everyone's just flying around the field as fast as they possibly can. So I just want to show you guys that right now, that these are the rosters that we're using. We're not using just regular regs rosters. So here is my setup for bombing Mike Blitz 3 if they're going to run it stock. And just one more thing, guys. If your opponent is deep having their outside thirds, then this isn't going to work because that's no longer a cover 3. That's just a cover 2 with a deep middle, and you should attack it like it's a cover 2. And so that's not my goal for this video. My goal is to attack actual cover 3 shells because ever since the patch, more and more people are willing to actually run cover 3 shells. They're willing to trust in those outside thirds, and that's what we're going to take advantage of right now. So here's my setup. I'm going to take my X receiver on the outside and put him on a comeback. I'm going to streak my tight end, and my running back, I'm just going to block him. If you're worried about the blitz coming in and you've got Hot Route Master, you can put him on a block and release hook. Or if you don't have Hot Route Master, you could put him on a check and release. I'm just gonna block him for now just to keep him out of the way. It doesn't really matter. And the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our B receiver and motion him over. But when we hike the ball, there's a very specific window in which we have to hike the ball. I want you to look at that space in between the tight end, OJ Howard right there, my A receiver, and the number 50 on the field for the 50-yard line. We need to hike the ball when our B receiver is in that little window. If we hike the ball when he already gets to the 50, that's too late. And the coverage will play completely different. It's just something about hiking the ball in that window. We get exactly the defensive shifts, I guess, that we need. Just the way they cover the receivers is exactly what we need in order to get this thing open. So let's motion over B. We're going to hike the ball once he gets into that window, and we're going to watch our wide receiver on the left side, and we're just going to pass lead him to the left, possession catch it, and we've got a touchdown. And I'm going to run it again for you guys. I think we can get it even more open if we run it again. So there's my adjustments right there. On defense, I'm just going to go ahead and put those guys into some hard flats. Let's motion over B. Make sure we hike it in that little window we got right there. And once again, watch our wide receiver. Just pass lead him to the left, possession catch it, and we're bombing Mike Blitz 3 for 1-play touchdown. So what's actually happening right here? So it's just the comeback route on the left side pulls down this deep third. The deep thirds, the EA tried to fix them, but they're still very easily manipulated. So right there, the moment he breaks on the comeback, you can see. And if you're trying to watch when is that defender going to break, we start on the 50-yard line. He breaks just after the 25 yards. So basically when the defender hits like the 22, 23-yard line is when he's going to turn around and come back, to guard the comeback route. And that's when it's safe for you to throw to your receiver on the seam right here. Now the safety on the other side is being occupied, or at least kind of held to the side a little bit, by our tight end on that streak. If the safety was to just come over and play this route, then you could just throw to the tight end over the middle. But just the way the coverage logic works, the safety is going to stay, over enough guarding the tight end. That's going to open up this seam route for you, and you just pass lead it to the side, and there you go, guys. There's your 1-play touchdown against Mike Blitz 3. And it really is that simple. The other thing I want to do is I want to show you guys that even with the zone drop depths turned on, that this will still work. And what we're doing, so on the defensive side of the ball, let's go ahead and just put all the adjustments on at least what I would typically do. And so, I mean, typically I would switch my curl flats and my blue flats, but for our purposes right now, let's go ahead and put those on 25, and let's go back and go to Mike Blitz 3 once again. It's really not going to matter. It's going to play it exactly the same because, if you guys saw, we're not glitching out the zone drop depths. Those are really unrelated to what we're doing, but I just want to show you guys that it works both completely stock and with those coaching adjustments turned on. So we're going to motion B over once again, hike the ball in that window, and then watch our wide receiver come open, just pass it. Oh, I got hit. But let me make him go down. But you guys saw the outside third came off just like it was before. And so I know, there's not a whole lot to this concept, but I think this is really, really valuable to have in a game because so many people just come out and stock Mike Blitz 3, and if you don't have a good way to take the top off of it, they'll just sit in it all game. And so the moment I see Mike Blitz 3, I like to run this play. Now, again, like I said, if your opponent is, a little bit, more advanced with their defense, they're probably going to be doing things like deep having those two outside thirds. In that case, you have to change up your strategy. Now, obviously, with him dropping 8 people into coverage, and actually his user is going to be kind of roaming right here, potentially 9 people into coverage, you're going to be a lot more, creative with your routes that you put on the field. You're going to want to maybe do some motion and some hitches, and you're going to have to maybe take some checkdowns, or ideally maybe run the ball because he's dropping so many people back into coverage, right? And so, again, better players will be deep having, especially once you hit them over the top for one play touchdown. If they want us to end Mike Blitz 3, they will deep have. Now, the plus side is when they deep have, the sidelines will be more open. Now, you'll have to figure out where they have their purple set to. So, like right now, I have the purple set to 25s. And so if we want to attack the sideline, we've got a 5-yard cloud flat and a 25-yard curl flat. So we're going to have to try and find something in between right there. So, could I hit a curl route to Y? I have no idea. This is not a good route combo by any means, but I'm just going to see if Y is going to get in that gap right there. And yeah, he is actually. He is. Would you look at that? So, if they're deep having, I would recommend trying to attack the sidelines because that is, basically what they're giving up. Now, one other thing. Here's a little fun thing. It's not fun. It's actually probably very important to this play working. You can identify based on the outside cornerback. So in this case, the cornerback guarding the X receiver, whether he's in a deep third or a deep half, depending on how he plays the comeback route at the snap. So right now, I'm going to call it again and watch the corner as we snap the ball. Watch the corner. And so he did not react how I expected. So typically what I'm used to seeing, and you guys should look for this as well in your games, what I'm used to seeing is on the snap, if he's in a deep third, he's actually going to do a little bit of man matching. He's actually going to match the receiver going to the outside a little bit, and he actually didn't do that this time. So that's actually news to me, guys. Learn as we go. So right there, he just kind of dropped straight back. And just for the sake of testing, let's go ahead and put him in a deep half now. And let's see if he plays it any differently. So we're learning together on this one, guys. We're definitely learning together on this one. Oh, interesting. Do you guys see that right there? On the motion, when he was in a deep half, he naturally dropped back. So that might be something to look for. You see that? Oh, it doesn't show us the first part. But as we put our guy in motion, when this guy was in a deep half, he came off of our receiver. So that can be a key to let you know before you actually snap the ball or as you snap the ball, what kind of coverage that defender's playing. So I'm going to start looking for that in my games. where if I put my guy in motion, if I see that corner drop back, that's the indicator he is in a deep half. And so be on the lookout for that, guys. But I hope you found this video useful. I know it's just a basic cover 3 beater, or I mean, it's a Mike Blitz 3 beater. You can do it with other cover 3s as well. And you know what? While we're at it, let's go ahead and just run random cover 3s. You know, I mainly use this for Mike Blitz 3 because that's what I know it can consistently beat. But while we're at it, I will just show you guys that it can work against other cover 3s. I won't say it'll work against every cover 3, but it can work against other cover 3s. And so let's just show you guys that right now. And so if you go against, you know, someone who's sitting in a cover 3 that's not Mike Blitz 3, wow, that one was extremely open. I don't know which cover 3 that was because it's on random, but that was actually extremely open. But the reason I didn't want to tell you guys this is just a universal cover 3 beater is that I did come into practice mode earlier today. I tried it against a bunch of random cover 3s, and it worked on several of them, maybe even the majority of them, but there were some where that deep third just kept running with the receiver, and I was throwing it anyway. I was throwing it anticipating the deep third to drop back down on the comeback route, and he just never did. And so because of that, I was like, I can't tell you guys this is a universal cover 3 beater. But so far, we're actually 3 for 3 on this just being a universal cover 3 beater. Maybe this is the best cover 3 beater in the game. Maybe when I do the video of the new top 5 best cover 3 beaters in Madden, maybe this will just be number 1 because this is actually kind of killing it right now. So let's run one more. Let's see if we go 5 for 5 on beating random cover 3s. And yeah, maybe this is actually just the best cover 3 beater, not just the best Mike Blitz 3 beater. And it looks like, damn, that's pretty open. All right, so if they're not deep halving, this might just be the best overall cover 3 beater in the game, but I will do some more testing. And when I eventually make that video for you guys of an updated list of my top 5 best cover 3 beaters of the game, I will try to address whether it really is a great universal cover 3 beater or if it just happens that we're taking advantage of just certain cover 3s that it does really well against. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I think this is going to be really useful for you guys if you're playing online because a lot of people are running Mike Blitz 3. So definitely try us out in a game and let me know how it goes for you. But with that, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great one, and I'll catch you in the next video.